Welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about mainly XRP, BTC, and some more altcoin, and also ADA through OneChain, right? So, but before we get started, right, we're gonna talk about BTC and then what we talked about last time. I mean, not BTC but XRP, right? What we talked about a couple of hours ago, right? If as you can see on the screen, right? Yesterday I said like XRP gonna get a rejection from this area of resistance, just about like 6600, right? So we needed to get some rejection. It is a good sign, right? A pullback. So, and I updated the price just about give me 1 second. So I said just about like less than 8 hours ago, we saw this undecided candle. So I said like next support just about 63 or 24, and then if not, we're gonna come back down to this 0.786, a sideways correction, a push to the upside. So we got back to this 0.786. that was like less than 8 hours ago on my live stream, right? So it is quite interesting, right? So but it is a good sign, at least for the short term. This move to the upside wasn't healthy. I said it like last we got this big pump. I was expecting this rejection just about the previous rejection of this rejection of 6610, right? That's the same type of rejection we got also, right? So which is just about 6600, right? So but we're gonna take a look at the bigger picture also, because XRP is looking like it's time for XRP to take control of the market and then move to the upside, depending how BTC going to be reacting, at least for the short term. So but just to get it started, let me take a look at the coin market cap, see where we at, because BTC was looking very scary earlier. So BTC is just about 52 5200, 5250. XRP is still number 3, right? So pretty much everything is right starting the day. Cardano down like 5%. It's not bad, right? So no double digit in the first in the top 20. So basically the market is has a very low volatility currently, so keep that in mind, right? So let's go back to the chart and take a look at BTC very quickly. BTC USDT. We just the 25 EMA just intercepted the price on the lower time frame. I use the 25 EMA because the Binance chart, the app basically respect the 25 actually not EMA but MA, right? So the on the hourly time frame, the 25 EMA, the 25 MA, and then the 7 MA is very respected by the application. So sometimes it is good, it is a good reference, especially when you're not in the front of your computer, right? So keep that in mind also. But we got a scary moment, price push to the upside. The selling pressure is increasing. We just started a new 4 hours, right? Just about 20 p.m., right? I mean the new day, right? Just about the new day. The selling pressure is a lot, right? So very undecided candle. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what type of pullback BTC is going to be making, because even though it is extremely bullish, BTC is very bullish, but we have to take a look at the the bearish momentum, right? Our side is facing to the downside, so it is pretty much getting to a point where we have to take a look at the other side of the road, right? So let me take a look at the chat room and see if you guys have any question, right? All right, what's up still? What's up, Rob? Hey, what's up, Johnny in the house? Yeah, we're definitely gonna force another inverted inverse head and short, right? You probably mean XRP, right? But we're gonna start with a BTC, right? Let's go to the daily time frame and see where we are. So the daily is not looking great, so it's not looking great, at least the first 4 hours. So As soon as the daily candle started, we basically like facing to the downside. We have not even get the chance to push to the upside, right? So tomorrow going to be a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday going to be very, very, very interesting. So even though BTC like BTC like goes up in a weekly basis, we're most likely going to see like some volatility the next 3 days. I said it, if like we want to see 4,800, we have to get it before Sunday. Otherwise, you know, we could see like BTC moving to the upside, you know, with a very aggressive move, right? Aggressive volatility. But if like we want to see some downward pressure, we have to get it before Sunday. We have to get it before Sunday, right? So otherwise, bears, you know, don't have any chance to drop the price because BTC is pretty much bullish, right? So we talked about it like we tested like 382, you know, already. So next level is just about 46.50, right? If you want to be a conservative, right? You know, with a bearish momentum, just about 46 to 48, right? 46 to 48. So, but with the you know, aggressive momentum, you would be looking at, you know, just about, you know, 48 to you know, just about 46.74 to 4800 in that range, right? So give or take, you don't have to be accurate. So that way we're gonna get our nice ABC correction to the downside for BTC, right? Nice ABC correction. So, but it's not gonna be easy, right? Even this B correction, you're gonna get 3-way because you know this 58, this 25 EMA first of all gonna intercept the price. The 50 EMA gonna intercept it. So it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be an easy drop. And then you got a support just about this area. So the drop is not going to, it is not going to be easy, right? It is not going to be easy. It has to be a big fight. But let's say we get it, it is going to be a good thing, right? What's up, Morgan? Hey, XRP. Let's take a look at XRP, guys. So XRP is going to steal the show today. We already have like multiple targets for BTC, both for bullish and both bearish. I just talked about it, so if you wanna, let me just recap it, right? Just about this area, right? Bearish momentum, right? Let's say 46, let's say 47, right? In that range, right? So, and then the bullish momentum is just to break this 54.50 with a very explosive move, right? Very explosive move, just about this area. So keep that in mind, right? Because we're gonna be in this range for quite, you know, a while, right? So before we drop to the downside or, you know, push further to 7K, 9K, right? But as soon as we break 54.50, I'm going to update the price because it's going to be very interesting. Let's move on to XRP. XRP BTC. You guys want XRP BTC or XRP US dollar? So let me know. Let's start with XRP BTC first. Give you guys time to respond. Right, XRP BTC, nice. We're gonna start with the daily time frame, right? We got a nice nice divergence. You guys know by now, right? So, but we need XRP. We need XRP to push lower, higher. You can see like these rejection we're getting, right? Every time we get to this area, a big rejection. Every time we get to this area, a big rejection. So, you know, I mean, it is a good sign for this push to the upside because one of these push is going to be very aggressive and all of a sudden it's going to break this. Let's change it back to a 50 EMA because I don't like to use this 25 EMA at all. Unless I'm using like the application, right? Binance app. So this 50 EMA, we have to challenge it. You know, it has to be, you know, it has to be very aggressive. Yesterday, XRP managed to get like 1.3 billion, you know, 24 hours volume. But if you go back to total coin market cap, right? The volume is decreasing. Now we just got just about like less than 1 billion, right? Just about more than 1 billion actually. So it is probably going to be decreasing very soon, right? It's not a good sign. We could be going back like to 500 million. So keep that in mind also. The volume is very important, right? Because volume going to be driving the price to the upside. So let's go ahead and take a look at the weekly chart, see where we're sitting at. USD, I'm going to take a look at it versus USD, right? So, okay, Johnny, we're going to take a look at it versus the USD also. So, take a look at the USD. We're still holding strong, guys. I mean, I love the weekly chart, man. It is beautiful, man. Every time I see this weekly chart, I feel more confident about XRP. I feel more confident because I know that the move to the upside is going to be very explosive. That's why, like yesterday when we saw that big pump on the hourly time frame, I say, guys, let's not be in rush. We gotta get a proper divergence. We gotta get a proper push to the upside. We gotta get a proper volume. When XRP wants to go up, guys, I mean, I ain't even gotta let you know. You guys know how explosive XRP is, right? XRP doesn't play with a upward movement. You gotta know that by now, right? It does not play with this move to the upside. When XRP wants to go up, it will go up, like regardless of trend line, regardless of like XRP army, regardless of volume. I mean, I have to respect the volume, so not regardless of volume, but regardless of what anybody thinks, right? So anybody thinks at all. So, but we gotta get the proper setup, right? On the weekly time frame, we're not getting divergence, so we could be anticipating a divergence on the weekly time frame, right? So at least for the short term. So I'm looking for this move, right? So I wouldn't be in rush for the first, like let's say 15% move from XRP. Let's say even 20%, right? It's almost 30%. This 30% move, I wouldn't even like FOMO, right? I would be waiting for a 50% pullback. Let's say like you don't have enough time like to accumulate XRP, right? And then XRP pump like 30%, and you be like, oops, I missed the boat. No, XRP doesn't 30x. It's gonna 10x at least, right? So at least you guys know it's my personal opinion. I don't have to keep repeating that, right? So but the first move, we're gonna get it. It's just a matter of time. You know, if you take a look at the R side on the weekly time frame, the slope is changing direction. So we're looking for this, change in direction of the slope, right? It is quite amazing how the slope is changing direction just about that area of the trend line. So we're looking for this flat move, aggressive move, just like that. We're looking for this move, and then we're gonna, retest these highs, right? So, but it is quite amazing. Like, last night the pump, I said like be careful. So let's not. You can still. I don't know if you guys remember or not, but I was about to like leave, so I was in a hurry. So we're coming back exactly at 0.786. I just said it like exactly at 0.786. You can see like the type of rejection we got at 786, right? We got a nice. We didn't even get the chance to get to 786. Somebody intercepted the price. It is a good sign, right? It is a good sign. Look at it, man. Just about 62.50, right? Just about 62 or 63. So keep that in mind. No need to rush, but we have to follow through, right? That's what I said. We have to follow through. We could be moving sideways, for a couple of hours, and then they follow through, right? So and break this area, challenge the 50 MA. That's what I see, at least for the short term. That's what I see. All right. So guys, if you want to talk about any other coins, if you don't have like a list of coins to talk about, I'm just gonna go by my list, and then we're gonna have a nice live stream. Yes, tomorrow could be tomorrow. Stock market is closed. Most people are gonna think like crypto gonna be slow tomorrow, but you remember like back in 2017, I think that was like Thanksgiving, right? I thought we got some volatility on Thanksgiving 2017. No, it was the first Monday after Thanksgiving. That's when we got that 1,000 point from BTC. Like I think we went up like 9K or something like that. But that was the first Monday after Thanksgiving. So sometimes the market doesn't care about like holidays, right? We even got some volatility last Thanksgiving. So it's not about the market is 24 hours. So just cause like it's holiday tomorrow for the stock market, it's not a holiday in China, in Europe, in in India and somewhere else, right? So excellent, right? Excellent. All right, Johnny, I didn't see your live stream today, so maybe I missed it. So let me see. And I checked that stream element. I think it is working because I tried it. So but I think it is working. So check it out again and see if it's gonna work. Let me know. All right, we already take a look at the XR. Let's take a look at XRP USD, and then we're gonna move on to the list of coins, right? XRP USD. Let's just get the recalculated Binance. Excuse me. XRP USD, right? I usually don't take a look at the chart, but we got a nice interception. That's a good sign, right? A nice divergence on the 4-hour time frame. Big push to the upside. That's what I was saying. Every time you get a divergence, guys, right, look for a reversal and move to the upside with a closing above this 50 MA. So let's say you're waiting for entry. If you're looking for an entry point, that's a great sign of entry, right? A retest of the previous high on the divergence, right? The top. So it is giving you a good sign. I wasn't even looking at the USD pairing because I barely ever look at it. XRP USD. I only look at it when you guys on the chat room, right? So it is a nice setup, like when you want to take a look at the at least for the USD pairing, but it doesn't mean like XRP versus BTC going to be going up, right? Because you got to understand, like XRP USD and XRP BTC, you got to understand the 3D relationship between XRP BTC and then XRP USD, right? What I mean by that, right? I'm just going to try to explain it. I'm very bad at explaining stuff, right? Because most of you guys already know, but somebody might be watching in like 5 years and don't understand nothing about crypto, right? So let's say XRP. I'm trying to explain it the easiest way, right? So let's say XRP USD is going up, right? XRP USD is going up. It means, right, either BTC, right, has to stay flat, right? It has to stay flat. It has to stay flat, right? And then XRP BTC is also going up, right? XRP BTC has to be going up, which means like that trend line you saw on the daily time frame, XRP has to keep going up, and then acknowledge that that divergence, right? I don't know if you understand what I mean. So BTC has to stay at 5200 and XRP has to be going up versus BTC, and XRP US dollar has to be going up. That's the only way. So the other way that the other way XRP USD can be going up is that BTC has to be going up, right? But XRP USD, right? I mean XRP BTC has to be either be going down slowly, right? Or XRP BTC has to stay flat. So you have to understand that. You can replay the video and get the point, because it's a 3D vision. You cannot just look at it like, oh, XRP is going up. No. So you have to put BTC into play, right? BTC either has to stay flat, equal to 5200, and XRP USD is going up, and XRP versus BTC is also going up, right? So the second scenario is that BTC has to be going very fast, and then XRP BTC has to be going down slowly, right? And then so that way your XRP USD going up. That's the only way you can get this XRP chart. Like if you don't understand it, you just stay with like XRP BTC. Sometimes it is very, very, very important. So it is very important to understand these little things. It helps you a lot. So I hope it makes sense. But the chart is beautiful. So but XRP USD going up, it means like either BTC gonna be going down, right, and XRP BTC going up. So I keep saying it, so keep that in mind, right? So I don't want to focus too much on this XRP US dollar, because if you respect BTC, you have to respect BTC and take a look at all these coins in respect to BTC, because BTC, I mean XRP is a king, but BTC is in control, at least for the short term, until XRP take over. Like 10x, or say like once the XRP is number one, BTC gonna be an altcoin, right? So I can't wait to see BTC as an altcoin. So But we got a nice 3 wave to the downside. You know, it is a nice corrective wave, right? A divergence, you know, almost 5 wave structure to the upside, a 3 wave down, you know, 0.618. Let's take a look at it. Take a look at it again. Exactly at 0.618 extension. So sometimes you don't have to take a look at the market to know where these extension at. So exactly at 0.618. It is quite amazing how XRP is exactly at 0.618 versus the dollar and 0.786 versus the versus BTC. It is quite amazing, and it is respecting all these levels. Guys, all we need is volume, man. All we need is volume. I can say XRP gonna go up without the volume. So all we need is volume. Hey, what's up, HR? Hey, make sure to hit the thumbs up. I think that's what HR is saying, right? Hey, KW. Thanks a lot, Johnny Bull. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for that tip. Hey, we gotta go live together, so we gotta get together and then get that live stream, man. So guys, if you don't know who Johnny Bull is, he got his own channel. He's doing a great job. I mean, covering XRP. I think he only cover XRP, but if you guys see him live, make sure to support the channel. And then sometimes he goes live at different times. So all right, Johnny, make sure to keep up the good work, man. It's just the starting of the channel, but over time it's everything gonna work smoothly. So all right, KW, you're welcome, man. So guys, let's take a look at XLM and Tron. Hey, what's up, Rob? Still XLM, right? XLM versus BTC or XLM versus USD? Because I just want to answer a question today. I don't even feel like going through this list. Because let's start with XLM BTC, because if you're familiar with this channel, you know how bullish we were on XLM. Since XLM was I think under 2,000 sats, right? Under 2,000 sats, just about this area, right? Just about this area, just about 2080, right? So we current at 2213, right? Let me just remove everything. I think I will remember. So what we said about XLM, right? Let's take a look at the fib levels. All right, let's take a look at the fib levels. XLM came back down to 0.786, right? We said that since XLM was just about this area, next area of support is going to be 0.786. We're struggling very hard to go above this area of 0.786 because we broke it with a divergence. So it is a good sign, guys. It is a great sign. Breaking this area of 0.786 with a divergence. Yeah, you can get anything better than this, right? So it is, we get a double bottom here, a divergence here. So I could be expecting, at least for the short term, XLM to get move to the upside, just like XRP, right? Give us that move, right? Just like that, and come back down to 0.786. Not 0.7, this 0.786. It could come back to this 0.786, but I'm talking about like this point, the 0.786 of this move, right? Let's take a look at it. So come on. Let's take a look at it. Just about when it can go back just about 2400, right? And come back down to just about 20, let's say 2250, right? Just to get an easy number. But it is pretty bullish, right? It is pretty bullish, at least for on the 4-hour time frame, right? So it all depends how BTC want to, BTC want to be correcting, because if BTC wants to correct, we could be losing this entire divergence. We're just going to be saying it is just a corrective move. It is at the same time a corrective move. We could be following just about this area before we make the correct divergence. So keep that in mind. So that's why you want to wait, always want to wait for confirmation, right? Unless you want to be accumulating all the way down to the next area of support, just about this area. So that's very possible. So because some people, they're not day trading, they just swing trading, right? So you can ladder your buy orders in 5%, 6%, 10%, just like that, right? Up to this point, 10% increment, right? Buy every 10%. Every time XLM is down 10%, you buy. It's not going to be it's not going to go to zero, right? So but you know what I mean, right? So buy like, you know, between this area, buy like, you know, 10% increment, so of your 10% of your, you know, buy orders basically. So hey, what's up, Nicholas? You back? Thanks a lot for coming back. HR, make sure to hit the thumbs up. Thanks you, HR. Hey, San, just my luck. I bought the BTC at 5300 and then it fell down. Hey, Sonny. Man, I was just about to mention your name. Thank you for coming in. But Sonny, make sure to be careful, man. Like, you know, the market is very speculative. So we're analyzing. We're not predicting. Like I keep saying, we're analyzing. We're not predicting. So you gotta think. You gotta think about it, right? You got bearish momentum and a bullish momentum. Even though we've been hitting our target all the way up to 54. It doesn't mean like we're gonna hit our target every time we call like a, you know, a big push to the upside, right? Because you gotta remember, we are spectators. We're not playing. Like the big players, you know, they got the big money. So us, we just taking advantage of the, you know, the game. You gotta understand that also, right? Because it is both sides, bullish and bearish. But BTC is bullish, you know, for the long term. And the short term is also bullish, but you know, you gotta put your proper stop losses, because a dump to the downside can come anytime. You know, the market is manipulated, true, but you just have to go with the chart, right? With the chart, at least for the short term. XRP taking over BTC. I mean, it is very possible. If you go back to the coin market cap, right, the BTC price action is just about, not price action, BTC is just about 100 billion. We're almost back to 100 billion. I wasn't even looking at the total market cap. I thought BTC was like 77. So because I wasn't been paying attention to market cap, but BTC is almost like 100 billion. XRP is just about like, you know, almost like 15, right? You can say that's what, less than 5x, right? XRP 5xing from the current price is going to give you $1.50, which is just about, you know, less than just about 40% of all-time high in dollar value, right? Give or take, right? Don't have to be accurate. So BTC is sitting just about 5k, right? 4,800. If BTC doesn't, you know, get its act together, most likely XRP going to take over, because the next big push to the upside, right? It's not going to be a slow motion for XRP. It's going to be very aggressive. Everybody's waiting for it. So you got to keep that in mind. And then if you go back in September, right? I said it, man. I think like XRP going to take over, even though, I mean, most people are not going to, you know, most people not going to acknowledge it, yes. But, you know, but when you really think about it, right? When, let's go back to XRP USD. It is quite amazing like what happened back in September. Most people didn't pay attention to that, right? Most people didn't pay attention to that. When you take a look at it, right? When XRP went up almost like 3x, right? When XRP went up 3x, back in September, the first week of September, right? You go back and take a look at the price of BTC. BTC wasn't doing much, right? Let's go take a look at BTC USD. BTC USD T Theta Binance. So you go back in September, you know, basically BTC was just moving sideways, right? And XRP was taking control. So most people were, you know, what did you expect when XRP was 80 cents, right? August, September, right? First week of September, BTC only went up maybe like, let's see. BTC only went up just about 5%, you know, and XRP went up 3x, right? BTC only went up like less than 10%. So what would you thinking about, right? So what would you think about BTC? XRP 3x is market cap, and BTC only went up, you know, 5%, guys, 5%. So you go back, take a look at the coin market cap. If XRP want to go like not 3x but 5x this time, you know, it is going to be almost like, you know, 60 billion market cap, right? So BTC either has to hold strong at 5k, or a small drop in BTC, like let's say BTC like goes back to 4K, something like that, it's gonna lose a lot. It's gonna lose a lot of this market cap, right? And XRP 3x and almost gonna beat BTC. So it is very possible, but BTC has to hold strong at 5K because XRP is coming very shortly. It is coming very shortly. I don't think they added XRP at Coinbase for no reason, and the price of XRP is not even moving. So BTC making this big move to the upside is the best move to do. Otherwise, XRP is gonna take over very shortly, man. Because the next move for XRP is not gonna be like a 50% move to the upside, right? Something like that. It is going to be amazing. So as you know by now, it is my own personal opinion, but you can also say like XRP is never gonna take over, but that's what I believe. If BTC drop like to a 4K 3800, XRP gonna take over, man. BTC has to stay in that range, otherwise it's not gonna be good. But I don't see BTC below the Trololo trend line anytime soon anyway. So you guys, I showed you the Trololo trend line. BTC has never been traded more than 5% below that trend line for the last 8 years, right? So since BTC started like trading on exchanges, right? So at least, I mean, that's what we expect. Will XRP rise while BTC fall? While BTC falling? I mean, BTC doesn't have to be falling. It just has to stay constant. Like back in September, BTC only went up like 3-5%, right? Back in the first week of September, that Friday when XRP went up 80%. I mean, something like that, went like to 80 cents, right? It was a Friday, I remember. So that week, BTC doesn't have to do anything. It just has to stay constant, because once XRP start going up, the FOMO gonna be crazy, man. Just like in December, But I didn't FOMO back in December, so. Even though like I could accumulate a lot XRP like in the 28 cents, but I didn't FOMO. As soon as it break that 50 cents, I'm like, that's it, it's gone. But yeah, the nap was great, man. I kind of overslept, so thanks for asking 10XRP. So hey, what's up, Jalil? Hey, what's up, daily updates? Tron, we're gonna talk about Tron. Let's go ahead and take a look at Tron. Tron is holding strong at the let's take a look at Tron USD recalculated trading view. Tron got this inverse head and shoulder just like ADA BTC, right? We talked about it last time, and once we got to that area, I say like Tron not gonna go anywhere. Sorry, but I know it is kind of rough to say, but sometimes if you understand the 3D relationship between BTC altcoin and then altcoin USD, you're gonna understand like a lot. You're gonna understand like what's going on. So most people were waiting for this breakout. I watched like, I think some other crypto YouTubers, they say, oh, this inverse head and shoulder look like ADA BTC, and then it's gonna break out to the upside. But as soon as I took a look at it, I went and take a look at Tron TRX BTC. I was very confident it's not gonna break out, because at that time like Tron was just about, I think Tron was just about a 0.618, right? And we already got that 25% move. So, and then we couldn't break that area of April 1st, right? We couldn't break that area of April 1st, just like the rest of the crypto, right? So I said like, that's the most important time frame right now, the April 1st and onward, right? So we got this 25% move to the upside. Everybody was waiting for that breakout, but this big rejection coupled with this crossover at 0.618, BTC wasn't the BTC dominance was going up. I knew like Tron is not gonna go up 25% versus BTC and then break that line, so that would make it like go up like almost 50%, right? So, and I was like, it's not gonna go up, it has to retest this area of 0.618, right, for confirmation. And then we lagging behind we're lagging behind about this confirmation, right? Even nulls gave us like a better confirmation. Nulls came back down, pushed to the upside. So we're gonna take a look at nulls too. We're lagging behind. So I've been waiting for this, 543 for the longest since the first week of February. We got it a 25% move to the upside, right? So I have it on my trading view. Like I updated Tron I used to update Tron like every week at least, right? And then I had that video like I think like second week of February when Tron was just about to say, I said like Tron gonna come back down to 503, and Tron was almost 600, I think, right? 700, 600 in that range, right? And just about to say almost like 750, I think, right? But I could be wrong, but I know it was like second week of February. So yeah, that's a great sign, man. XRP has dozen more fiat pairing. That's great, man. Good to know. I didn't know that. 10 XRP. Hey, what's up, Royal Computer? 5 hours nap. I mean, every time I sleep in the afternoon, I call it nap. So I was pretty tired, so I needed some sleep. And I was having a headache too, So I was like, let me just not force it. I don't want to be doing TA with a headache. So guys, but Tron is holding strong. To answer your question, right? So we're just waiting for this. We got the rejection. That's the same type of rejection we got from XRP, but XRP wasn't able to close over above the area of 50 MA. We could be expecting Tron to come back down to this next level of Fibonacci, which is just about 0.786. It is quite a lot of dropping, but in crypto, 20% is not a lot. So in crypto, it is a lot, like in terms of portfolio and gains. But for these coins to drop 20%, it's not like it doesn't have to take forever. Just like NEO is down like 20%, right? More than 20%. And then, most people are not even caring. Nobody's talking about it. So, but the next level of support is just about this area, because we got a big support at points, 618, 25% move to the upside. Big reaction, but no follow through. So next area of support is just about let's see, price is 400 sats, roughly 400 sats, give or take, right? 410 to 390 in that range. So, but it is a big divergence, big falling wedge, right? If I remove everything, it is going to look nice. So it is going to look nice. So, and I said it, I'm pretty bullish on Tron, but this move could be similar to XRP, falling wedge, just like that, right? You remember when XRP was getting that divergence, I mentioned it. So we don't know how long we're gonna get out, how long it's gonna take us to get out of this area. So you could just play it out like this, accumulate, Asnas let Tron retest this area, you accumulate, wait for that move, wait for that, and for a final push through. So, but I'm just gonna keep in mind both scenarios, right? Bullish and bearish from now on. So I used to be like extremely bullish on BTC, only think about the upward momentum, but after 50% move to the upside, most people are going to be taking profit. So I don't know if you guys are ready, but most people will be taking profit. So hey, what's up, Alan? Nulls. I just talked about nulls. So I hope I answer your question about Tron, right? And it is not a financial advice, guy. You know by now, right? So let's take a look at nulls. Nulls and Chainlink, I like both coins. So nulls. Let's just remove everything. Get a fresh chart, right? Take a look at nulls. I think nulls 3x versus $1, right? Something like that. Because I remember nulls like 30 cents, right? So we went up to $1, something like that. We came back 0.618, just like Tron, pushed to the upside. But this push wasn't like 25. I don't think it was 25. Let's see. Like 15% move to the upside. So we could be waiting for a retest, because the market is very undecided. that's a good thing, man. Like the whole market is undecided. Only BTC is taking control of the market. Like if I take a look at like ICX, still just about like 700. You know, WANCHAIN still about like 820 to 850 in that range. ZILLIQA just about 400 the last week or so. You know, XLM still like 2000. ADA just about 1600. XRP is still like 63 to 65. So the whole market been pretty much like been raped by BTC, right? I hate to say the word, but that's what we're seeing right now. The BTC dominance is extremely high. So in terms of like only BTC going up and down, nothing else. But so you take a look at these nodes, we got this big push to the upside. We got rejection from the previous Fibonacci level, right? So yeah, I forgot to take a look at WAX last time you asked. So you know, so we could be waiting for a retest for confirmation. The RSI is in the middle of this area of neutrality. I would be careful right now, since like we making a downward movement from this area of you know, overbought to this neutrality. I would be careful for confirmation. It's not a financial advice, but a retest, because crypto move very fast, guys. You gotta know that right now. So you might be in a hurry, and then, you know, don't think like the price can drop another, let's see, another 30, 20, 21%. But 21% in crypto can happen like in a 4-hour time frame. BTC dropping like 7, 10%, 15%. The whole market gonna drop 20 to 25%. I know we haven't seen those days for like, you know, almost this year, like this entire year, we haven't seen like those red bloody days. If I remember well, we probably got 1 or 2, right? But you know, you could be anticipating like one coming very soon, right? You could anticipate it just in case it, you know, it's not gonna surprise you. Because, you know, I'm pretty bullish, but you know, I'm not sure if node is gonna be able to pull back to a 0.618, just like what BTC just did, right? So the next level of let's just remove this one so you guys can see. So a pullback from like a 22,000, right? From let's say 23,000, right? I think it went up to 2275 in that range versus BTC, right? So correct me if I'm wrong, right? 2280, right? Let's say 2280 or 9. For some reason, it is giving you like the whole decimals versus nulls, Binance, right? You know, but some coins, it doesn't give you like the whole decimals. It is giving like 22,757, but whatever. So the next pullback just going to be 0.618, which is just about 19,080. Let's just say 19.8. So, you know, 1987, right? So, but we have to get that fast before BTC decide to you know, turn bearish. So we have to do that fast. Otherwise, we already got a ABC correction to the downside. So Node's pattern is pretty nice. You can take a look at it both ways with confidence, right? You can say you got ABC correction to the downside, and you're looking for your double bottom for further move to the upside. That's the most bullish scenario, and it is pretty valid. You don't have to be wrong, because you don't know like which way the price is going. You gotta remember that we don't know which way the price is going. We're going based on pattern and confirmations. All right, so you got your ABC correction. If I want to be bearish and I want to short nulls, ABC correction to the downside, right? You're looking for your double bottom, right? If you want to be bullish, and then okay, you say I'm gonna retest 0.618, which is just about this area. So which is another, let's see, another 20% move to the upside, right? Just about 20,000 sats. So, but let's say you want to be also bearish. You got your 3. You could be getting 3, right, to the downside, right? You already got your 3 wave to the upside, but we don't even have 3 yet. So you could be anticipating a 3 just about this area of 50%, and then a 3 just about this area. So, but we don't have 3 up yet. So it is you cannot be bearish until you get your 3 wave to the upside. And the 3 wave, the third wave can be just about 50%, right? Let's take a look at 382 or 50% pullback. So just about this area of 382 or 50% in that range, right? So Like let's say I'm buying some nulls right now, right? I'll be taking profit at 382. It's not a lot, but I mean it is a lot if you day trade it. I mean it's a lot. It's like almost another let's see, 10% to the upside, right, from the current price. So that's what I think about nulls, both bearish and bullish scenario. So, but you have to apply cautiousness, right? You gotta be cautious. So BAT, let's take a look at wax. Show BSV and its crash. You know BSV, I mean BTC, SB was one of my top 7 pick for April. It was like down 27% the first quarter, but the first week of the first quarter it went up 55%. So let's take a look at wax BTC, and then we're gonna take a look. Worldwide Asset Exchange. I think wax. So you see what I'm saying? Like I was just talking about nulls, right? So you take a look at wax. You got this move, 0.618 pullback, right? Let's take a look at it. Exactly at 0.618 pullback. You don't even have to use your. That's my first time ever taking. Not first time ever, but yeah, that's my first time ever taking a look at the chart of wax, right? So, but I used to take a look at the price action of wax. But yeah, 0.618 pullback exactly, guys. That's what I was talking about nulls, right? So you got your 0.618 pullback, a push to the upside, right? It didn't even get a chance to give you a retest. It just went and challenged the previous top. So it is quite good, right? But this time, you know, wax didn't close like below the 50 MA. So that's a good thing, right? It didn't close below the 50 MA. So a double top. So you know, let's say you bought at 0.618. I keep saying it, like the market respect 0.618. You know, either once you get to 0.618, price gonna drop to the next level of fib, right? And then it will give you another chance to get out. Like that's why sometimes when you see like a coin trying to break out and then you see like a big wick, because most people who bought like at 0.618 gonna be taking profit, right? And most people who bought like at a, you know, this area gonna be, you know, taking their money back, basically get out. They're looking for a good way to get out. But if you bought like at 0.618, that's like almost, let's see, that's almost 40%, you know, move to the upside, right? So it has to correct down like before a further move to the upside. It has to correct. It's not, I don't think it's gonna break it, like, you know, double tapping with a 40% move to the upside. It has to. It is not a financial advice, you guys know by now, but it is not going to break it easily, right? It is not. You would be looking for at least a 50% pullback from this area. So I would be anticipating a retest of this. You see like the 50%, you already got a support at 50% pullback, right? Just about this area. Before the move to the upside, this area is 50%, right? This area of support is already a 50%. So a drop, let's see, a 10% drop is very doable in crypto, like even like in an hour. So, but I would be looking for this next area of support is just about this. Let's say let me give you like 1523, right? 1523. So nulls is wax is just about what, the same price of it's like 8 cents, right? Just the same price of Cardano, right? So yes, I know SB has been removed from Binance. So, and Kraken, I think Kraken sent me an Kraken was one of my first exchanges. So I haven't used it forever though. So let's go ahead and take a look at ADA. ADA BTC. ADA, we got a target from ADA. We say we're looking for ADA to come back down to this area of a green box, right? Which price going to get squeezed just about this area. Our side is completely dead, not dead, but you know what I mean, right? Like vertically moving to the downside. So it is going to reverse very shortly, but that reversal is not going to be I don't see like a reversal all the way up to like 1900 again, so it'll give us like chance to analyze the price. But this 50 MA, I don't see it either like breaking this 50 MA straight into this box, so we're gonna get some sideways correction, right? You're gonna get some sideways. If it decides to come back, it's gonna come just about this area. So 88 has a big support. I'm not worried about 88 much, right? So I'm not worried about 88. But let's see where we at right now, cause let's see where we at. Cause with 88 we don't have like a five-way structure, cause you know this wave is already like a divergence line, so it's not a initial wave, right? If it double bottomed, I would say like wave number 1. But if it since it broke this previous low, you know, we can say like this one is wave number 1. So we could be getting a wave number 5 very shortly, but we just have to wait and see. It could just be a ABC correction to 1, 2, 3, just about this area, and then wave number 5 could be like a double tapping, something like that, just to break this area. So, but we just have to wait and see. But if like let's say we just want to say ABC correction, a retest, it doesn't look like a normal ABC correction and a retest, right? It doesn't look like it. So, because these separation is too big, right? 3 wave up, so it could be, but I don't see it being a ABC correction. But we called for this 1400 to just about like, let's see, like 1400, right? We've been calling this 1400 like since 88 was like almost like, let's see, like almost like 1700, right? We've been calling for this move because our target for 88, we hit it like 1897 exactly, right on the dot. And then 88 topped out at 1944. That's not even like, you know, that's not even like 5% off. Let's take a look at the engine next. For some reason, I'm pretty engine is pretty bullish, but it is excuse me. You take a look at engine, right? Just like Tron, came back down to 0.618, you know, but decided to get a support from 100 EMA. It pushed to the upside, didn't even give us a chance to double bottom. So that's a good sign, right? But I'm still looking for engine to drop down to this area. It is going to be I don't think it's going to be a big drop. It's a 40% drop. I don't know how engine going to do it, but I'm still looking for this move down to like 1950. So, but if we break this area, we could be easily going back to the top. But it is a very aggressive move, right? A 40% drop. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen like in you know, in 2 days, in 1 week, something like that. So, but we could be getting a nice accumulation move just about this area, right? For the next 3 to 5 weeks. But it is looking good so far. It is looking good, but this rejection, we have to continue the uptrend, otherwise the next area of support and Fibonacci is 40% away. Just gotta keep that in mind, right? So you gotta think about it, right? We're on the bear market, and 40% is a lot. So let's say you sell just about this area and then you buy back this area, you almost increase your portfolio, like you almost double your portfolio, right? So, but it's not going to be easy. Engine went up like 10x, right? Just 10x. Let's take a look at it again. It went up 10x, so I don't think it's, it went up 8x, right? I mean 9x. It's like 800% move, almost 9x, right? So it is actually like 900%. It's 10x, right? So it's not a 40% drop. It's not a big deal. Let's take a look at EOS next, and then we're going to take a look at Neo Gas, EOS BTC. EOS, we're still looking for this drop to for support. Just about last time we said it was like almost 986, right? Right now the drop is just about 865, right? So we're still looking for EOS to come within this box for support, right? Which is just about 382. So it is not aggressive at all. 382. Most of this coin I'm looking for 0.618, but EOS for some reason I'm looking for 382 reason, right? So, and because we got a big support, nice corrective move, push to the upside, right? It's not going to be easy with this 50 EMA and 100 EMA, so that's why I'm looking for this drop to 382. So keep that in mind, right? I said it like since EOS was making this double top, ready to break out, I say it's not going anywhere. The better EOS needs to drop to this area for better support before it move to the upside, right? So, hey, what's up, Sunny? So, next coin on the list, Ethereum Classic, ETC, BTC. Ethereum Classic still on the same range. We're still looking for this Ethereum Classic down to 0.786, right? So we said it like since Ethereum was just about this area of 0.618, right, moving sideways, and I said it's not very convincing, right? So we're gonna, as not you get to a 0.786, you want a reaction in the next like 24 to 48 hours. If you don't see it, I'm accumulating ETC, right? So you guys know that. So if I say ETC is going to be bearish, it's not like, I'm dumping it, but a pullback to a 0.786 is more probable than, than a push to the upside now. So I said it like since when? I think like on the 13th, right? And then now we dropped like almost 7% since then. And then we need another 7% drop most likely, right? Yeah, 6% drop, right? For its support of 786. A big move to the upside, most likely a rejection, right? Just about this area again, because most people have been accumulating just about this area. The price is dropping, so most likely they're going to be selling and waiting for the next support level, and then they're going to be selling to take their profit and then cut their losses. So, all right, let's take a look at we already talked about Ethereum right now. Let's talk about the big Ethereum, BTC. Ethereum was looking great for some reason yesterday. So Ethereum, we're looking for this divergence, right? So we're looking for this corrective move just about this area. Ethereum is holding strong, but we're looking for a divergence. We don't know how long before we get to this area of support, but we're looking for the second point. We only got 1 point, which is just about like 0.03, right? So we're looking for the next point to get us a straight line. So maybe we're gonna get it very, very soon for a move to the upside. And on the dollar value, this area just corresponds to like a 152, right? 152 to 160 in that range. So the current price of ETH, I think like 172 or something like that. So versus a dollar. So but versus BTC, we just about 0.033. I mean 0.0327, right? So 327, right? So if you understand the BTC price versus BTC, so ETC price, Ethereum versus BTC, so it's just 327. Then you know what I mean. So let's take a look at gas. And we're gonna take a look at EVX, right? Sunny, gas, BTC, gas. Here, gas was giving us we were looking for this move, right? This V shape, we got it, but it is still acting like a Tron, right? So it is just moving sideways. It is not giving us what we're looking for, basically. So we got this V shape, a push to the upside, rejection. We're looking for a follow through, but it is still lagging. So, and if I just remove everything, right? Take a look at the fib levels. I don't know if it is valid to include this big wick, but just to be If you include the big wick, we just at 0.786, right? Just like we said, right? 0.786. If you just ignore this wick, you cannot ignore this wick, because I mean, if you ignore this wick, you just about like 0.618. It doesn't matter how you're looking at it, you're still at the you know, an area of a Fibonacci, right? So you ignore this wick, you still got some more room to drop, right? Just about this area of 0.786. So let's take a look at it. Right, we got this room to, we got like another support just about the real 0.786, right? If you ignore the big wick to the upside, so which is another touchdown of 10% drop, so which is pretty valid, like because the market could be dropping 10% if BTC drop like you know back to like 4,800. So it is going to be a good sign of a reversal, but at least at 0.618 we got a big rejection. It is not big that much, but in terms of like a, you know, I mean, it is actually 15% move, right? So it is 15% move. Most people just took their profit just about this area. So and some people, you know, just got out. So BNB coming off for Ether. I mean, I saw BNB is just on a bull run, man. I don't know why I never talk about BNB, but you know, BNB is just, I mean, CZ is doing something right, man. I don't know what is he doing, but he's doing something right. So we take a look at BNB. We're about to double top. You know, maybe it is time for, just like April 1st, right, guys? I told you the most important date in crypto is April 1st. Look at the rest of the cryptos. Even BNB start dropping like on April 1st, right? And look at it, right? You came back down, get a support. The whole market like pretty much got a support from 50 MA and then break to the downside. But BNB got a support and it is getting back to this area of whatever price it was, right, in the dollar value. Getting back to this area of April 1st. Now we're just gonna have to wait and see if BNB going to be the first major coin to break. Because I don't take a look at BNB. You guys never, you know, see me like, I mean, I take a look at the price of it, but I don't do TA on it for some reason. I don't know why. But you know, it is exactly, you just mentioned it is exactly at April 1st price. So let's see, you know, if BNB gonna just give us a slight pullback to this area, so we can get this inverse head and shoulder, get back to this area, break it, get this 1-to-1 extension, right? It is gonna be a lot, but it doesn't seem like a lot, but it is a 27% move to the upside. Like, let's see, if you extend it, right? If you extend it, you're still looking for the same percentage, right? Almost, right? Yeah, almost 25% move to the upside. So you're looking at it versus the dollar, a 25% move to the upside. It's already like $20, right? So you're looking at $25 to $26. So, and you remember when BNB was $4, like, you know, back in November or something like that. It is quite amazing, man. But that's how I would like take. I mean, I would be playing it out like this. Look for this inverse head and shoulder like a ADA, but it is not going to be a straight sell off to the downside. So it's going to take some time. I don't think it's going to be very quick to break this area. So I would look for a nice corrective move, just like that, right? A nice corrective move, right? 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, just like ADA, right? So it could be very fast, but you take a look at this area. You get your 3 down, a straight up. You could get that move, right? But like the best thing, you don't worry about like the corrective move. You just worry about like coming back down to this area, right shoulder, making this right shoulder, which is basically this your support going to be your left shoulder support. You're going to use that as your right shoulder support. And then it is the same support, relatively the same support. If you take a look at it, right? It is relatively the same, not even like 2%. So it is the same. I don't know if you guys can see or not, but it is a nice chart, guys. It is a nice, at least this pattern just about this area. It is beautiful, man. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. You see the R side is back to the neckline. You know, I think like BNB gonna break it, but it is not gonna break it right now. But I think it is gonna break it. You take a look at the R side. It's just about the same area, right? Double tapping, right? Even though we got this divergence, it doesn't mean anything. You cannot call for divergence when you know, from like let's say 73 to a 60, right? I mean, I wouldn't call it a divergence, but yeah, I mean, if you just want to be accurate and stay constant, it is a divergence. But taking a look at it a very aggressive way, it is going to drop, right? It is going to drop down, right? Just like they make a accumulation move and then push to the upside. So while it is dropping, you're going to get your 3 waves to the downside, a push to the upside. So, but it is not a financial advice, but I'm going to leave this play out like this, because market repeat itself just like ADA and then BTC. So most likely BNB could be repeating ADA, and just like let's see, just like BTC is repeating Litecoin pattern. So it has a very beautiful chart, man. This chart looks like a 4-hour chart, even though it has a very big volume. Yeah, it's not playing, man. He's doing something right. He's doing something right. Let's take a look at the weekly. Look at the weekly chart, man. Look at how beautiful this weekly chart is, man. It's a beautiful chart. No, it's not even like enough noise. It's just uptrend, uptrend, uptrend. Got a support almost at 50 MA. All of a sudden we keep going. So, but if we break this double top, man, that's it. Even though the all side is completely overextended, we could be getting a divergence on the weekly time frame, right? Price could be going up, outside could be going down, right? So until we hit like $30, and then we're gonna be facing a reversal. So because you cannot say like we're gonna on the weekly time frame, where you're gonna see like when you get your FIBA retracement, most likely from this area, just about that area, right? We already almost came back down to 382, not quite, right? But next area, if you like, let's say we get rejection, you're looking at like 0.618, right? Which is almost 40% drop, 45% drop. I don't see like BNB dropping 50%, right, anytime soon. So a good entry point for BNB. It's not a financial advice, Sonny, but I would be looking for, go on trading view, right? Look for that left shoulder, right shoulder, right? It's my, let me just remove everything so it'll be clear. I think I can see it on the weekly time frame also. This rejection you see on the this area, right? Hopefully it's, when you take a look at the weekly, you're saying like it's not even gonna get that, because this big reversal, you got this big candle is, I mean, to get back to this area, you're looking at like next week or in 2-3 weeks, right? It's not gonna be very quick. So this area of a 0.11, right, BTC, 0.11 BTC, I think it's BNB Ether. Sorry, it's BNB. I'm looking at BNB Ether, 0.11 Ether. So I don't know why I put BNB Ether. It should be the same versus BTC, but yeah, it should be like the same type of pattern. But let's take a look at it. But versus BTC, we're not quite there yet. So most likely we got some more rooms to go versus BTC. But I was taking a look at it versus Ether, right? So if that's the case, right, it is a good sign for Ether, at least for the short term. But we could be pushing higher just to complete this right shoulder, and then a drop back, right, and then a push to the upside, right? So you're looking at, another further like 5% move to the upside versus BTC. So it is quite doable, right, for BND, and then another drop down to like almost 10% drop, right, versus BTC. So we could be looking for this right shoulder versus BTC, but versus Ether, I don't know for some reason why I tap BNB ETH, but for versus Ether is already at the top, so which is good thing for Ether, because you mentioned like BNB taking over Ether, right? So that's why BNB ETH. So BNB ETH, just about the same. So you're right, it could be taking over Ether with a almost a 20% move versus 20% move to the upside versus Ether. So it's not good for Ether. So the pattern is beautiful. If it breaks it, it is gonna go 20%, 25%, versus Ether, right? And then you take a look at coin market cap, BNB sitting just about like 5 billion, right? Like 5 billion. So, and Ether is sitting just about 18 billion. So Ether has to be careful, though. So it has to be careful. So let's go ahead and $18, right? So okay, I don't know the price in now versus the dollar. So let's go ahead and take a look at the ICX. ICX, we're still waiting for this pullback to just about this area of green box. Hopefully we're gonna get it, but it's a 10% drop, just like gas. We talked about gas, right? So we're looking for this pullback to the downside, so which is going to be a nice area of support, right? This area of support already like you know, breaking down, so getting weaker and weaker. So next area of support is this area is more valid, right? So ICX, so which is just about like let's say started like 640, right? 640 to 620, right? In that range, 640 to 620. So let's go ahead and take a look at WANCHAIN. One is giving us a sign of reversal on the daily time frame. That's a great sign. We got the double top we were looking for. Price is moving to the upside, right? So, and when you take a look at WANCHAIN even break this area of 0.786, right? And then the ICX is not even at 0.786. So that's a good sign, like at least for the short term, while one is giving us this 3 up. Oh, you know, ICX is going to be dropping as now WANCHAIN finish up its correction. ICX is going to move to the upside. For some reason, they move together. I keep saying it. So we got this move. You can see this 3 up, 3 down on the daily time frame. So basically kind of look like XRP also, but yeah, with no divergence. But most likely we're going to get a rejection. I don't see WANCHAIN like pushing higher without divergence, right? So look for this divergence. Let's take a look at the lower time frame. So it has to close above this 50 MA in order to get confirmation, but you know, we move into the upside. You know, we got this corrective move pushing higher, right? We could push lower higher and just get a challenge from this 50 MA. But on the daily, I would be looking for the divergence. We could be getting this move to the downside, right? So which is just another 10%, so which coincide with the BTC dropping probably, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at Nano. So I'm just gonna go through my regular list of altcoin daily updates, and then Sonny, you wanted to take a look at EVX. I'm going to take a look at it next. Let's go to the daily. Nano still holding strong. Tried to attempt to break out this April 1st, but couldn't again, right? So we already break it, came back, retested, trying to break out, but I'm still waiting for this area of you know, let's say 27, right? 27.32, right? 27.32 is just about another, you know, a 13% drop almost, right, versus BTC. So which is exactly a 0.618. So let's see how Nano going to be managing to you know, handle this pressure down to this area, right? Handle this pressure down to this area. So hopefully it's not going to be a big sell-off. Could be like could be taking its time down to this area, not in rush. But it has a nice move, you know. After this bull flag, we took it like 3 wave to the upside. So let's go ahead and take a look at NEO BTC. NEO is still struggling just about this area of 0.786. If it doesn't get this divergence like WANCHAIN, I push to the upside, you know, it is going to be facing like 190,000 sats, right? So our target was 208. We exactly at 208, but you know, no divergence. We'll probably be getting divergence on the daily time frame. So I don't like this divergence, right? I don't like this move. it is very weak. It is showing like NEO is showing some sign of weakness, right? It is showing some sign of weakness. So price is even coming down. Even though we got like nice reversal, we're coming back down to this area. So could be similar to Tron, right? You remember like Tron went up like 25% after coming back down to 786, and then it is dragging down. So NEO has to get its act together before a further sell off. If you take a look at the hourly the 4-hour time frame, that's what we're getting, right? A nice divergence, come back down to 0.618, push coming down exactly at 0.618, right? So we have to hold strong, otherwise next level is 9-10% drop. So which is very possible because NEO is only like $11, could be facing like $10 or $10 NEO. It's not going to be a big deal. So let's take a look at NEXUS, and then that'll be it afterward. NEXUS, ZILLIQA. NEXUS. NEXUS, we couldn't get this push to the upside. We're still struggling just about this area of points 786, but nice divergence, just like XRP on the XRP was on a lower time frame, right? So nice divergence. So a double bottom, let's say we get the double bottom, we don't get this push to the upside. We could be making some new lows, and not new lows, we could be retesting this area because we got this area, just about this area, right? Could be dropping 10% just like the rest of the market when BTC decides so. So let's take a look at the daily. Yeah, the daily we still like slipping, the R side is still slipping. So the move to the upside is not going to be something you're going to be expecting, right? So it's not going to be something you're expecting. So, and then most likely we're going to get a rejection from the previous, like I said, from this previous Fibonacci, right? I mean Fib levels. It's not looking great. Like if you take a look at the you could be anticipating a left and right shoulder. You could, if you want to be bearish, you can say like left and right shoulder. So a further down selling pressure basically, just about this area, right? So you could be anticipating, if you want to be bearish, right, and then you want to accumulate more NEXUS, right, you could be looking for this 50% move to the downside, right, which is not in play, at least for the short term, right? But let's say you're a long-term hodler and then you want to accumulate a lot of NEXUS, I mean, could be putting like some buy orders just about this area and then forget about it. So because that's what the chart is saying, like left and right shoulder, right? So let's take a look at ZILLIQA. ZIL BTC EVX. Okay, EVX. Okay. ZILLIQA, we got this divergence. It has to respond, right? I'm looking for a nice response from ZILLIQA. This move, ZILLIQA already respected this move. Most of the crypto they're making this move already got this move pushed to the upside. So ZILLIQA has to make a decision, right? Has to make a decision because we're already double bottoming, right? We're already double bottoming. So the next area of support for ZILLIQA is just about like 352. So I mean, it's not an easy drop, but yeah, it has to hold strong. Next area of support is just about like 17% move to the downside, right? So I think after that we could be seeing like a safe area for ZILLIQA to for further move to the upside. So, but let's see. We're at least gonna get some correction. Once we get to this area, we're gonna get some sort of correction, some confirmation which way we're gonna go, right? Either we're gonna go to the upside or we're gonna go to the downside. But we're gonna have to wait for market sentiment once we get to that area. Okay, it's not going to be easy to say it's not, I mean, not easy, but it has been respecting this area. You take a look at it. Last time we dropped to this area, we came back down, right? Last time we dropped to this area, we pushed it upside almost, let's see, I can't remember how it went up. That was, I think, December, I mean November, right? Late November, like almost like 90% moved to the upside. So get this up, and this could be like the first wave to the upside, like you know, the first of 5. Let's say we double bottom from this area, right? You know, it could be a good thing for ZILLIQA, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. It could be getting a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside, right? For the long-term view, right? At least for the long-term view. So at least for the long term, you could be anticipating a, you know, almost like you know, almost 200% move to the upside from ZILLIQA, for the, at least for the long-term view. Let's take a look at EVX. EVX for Sunny, exactly at 0.618. I think we talked about EVX last time, right? So, and you know, I think I deleted the chart where we talked about EVX last time, and then right now we're at 0.6786 with a divergence. That's a good thing, right? But are we going to break it? So let's take a look at the lower time frame. So I mean it is looking nice. This divergence is looking nice, pretty big. So we could be at least anticipating a you know, a reversal sign. I'm not sure how big this is going to be, but we could be anticipating for EVX to get out of this area, right, and decide which way it wants to go. Most likely we're going to get a rejection, like I keep saying about this altcoin, you know, big separation, but nice divergence. So also is completely oversold, so it is looking safe, right? So but we don't have a divergence. The divergence has been broken, right? I mean, it is relatively a double bottom. It is double bottom, right? So it is looking great. So at least for the short term, it is looking great, right? But the next area of support is far away, right? You gotta think about it, right? So if, like, let's say we break this area, you're looking for a 50% drop because you don't have any support left. So, but the drop not gonna be in one day, right? It's gonna take forever. But it is holding strong, just about double bottoming at 0.786. No support left, no support. So it has to hold strong at least. But it is looking good, right? It is looking good at 0.786. Divergence, double bottom on the R side. Not much to say, right? You can only expect like R side to start moving to the upside, right? So, excuse me. Let's take a look at BTC and see how BTC is doing finally before we call it a night or a day or morning, depending where you are, right? It's 1 a.m. BTC USDT. BTC is holding strong, just about 5200, right? So we dropped, I think, like below 5200 the first 4 hours. Now we're struggling to get back to that area. So the I can ask you on a daily doesn't look bad. So we're getting rejection on the first hour, so we're just gonna have to wait and see like the next couple of hours if we're gonna get a big tail, big wick, small body, right? That's what we're looking for a sign of reversal. And in order to get it on the weekly time frame, we're gonna have to get it on the daily time frame first. But the weekly time frame is pretty much convincing. Like I said, BTC is 90% bullish. But next target is just, you know, 53.05, right? Next target. Hopefully we're gonna be able to get it before any bearish momentum, because it will means a lot, right? Going back to a 53.05, so it means a lot, at least for the short term. So yeah, it's gonna be eating your BTC when it goes down. So so I'm glad you understand the BTC, your purchasing power of BTC. So it means a lot. So yeah, at least it's better to be looking at these coins versus BTC than versus the US dollar. Okay, it doesn't mean anything. If BTC goes up, your US dollar value goes up. So, but BTC is extremely bullish, man. That's the first time like we got this type of a bearish momentum on the I can actually take a look at how bullish we are, man. So it is extremely bullish. But we're just gonna have to be okay. Thanks a lot, thanks a lot, Sunny. And Sunny, I'm not from Kerala, okay? I heard you the other day you say I'm from Kerala. I look up Kerala, that's why I know. All right, guys. I'm just gonna call it a day, and then I'm gonna be out of town. I'm gonna be out of town this weekend. So, but if I get time to make some live stream, I will. All right. Thank you for watching, guys.